This is the SES Defender of Freedom uploading data log for days 151 through 157 of the Galactic War. Hello Data Archive. The past week has yielded many victories for the Helldivers, humiliating both the bots and the bugs. We have gained invaluable knowledge and new weaponry, and are now amidst another counteroffensive against the freedom-hating appliances. At the start of day 151, the current major order was to defend X-45. The excavation of plans for the interplanetary battle stations were still ongoing and required protection until the work was completed. Our forces were closed off in the Ymir sector, and every Helldiver within was to hold the line against the Automatons at any cost. Helldivers primarily deployed on Vega Bay until a new Automaton attack was launched on X-45. This was the largest Automaton attack that we have yet seen on this planet, and is a testament to the scrap metal's desperation to stop us from obtaining the interplanetary battle station plans. But what the bots did not know was that we'd already recovered an intact cache of lost support weapons from the First Galactic War, the MLS-4X Commando rocket launcher. High Command immediately distributed these stratagems to all active-duty Helldivers, and all operations in the defense of X-45 will be augmented with the Commando for the duration of the major order. Helldivers deployed in droves to X-45, drawing additional forces to try the new 100-year-old weaponry. The Commando was pivotal in the defense of X-45, and was found to be very effective at destroying critical automaton infrastructure, as well as blowing up the mobile appliances. Seemingly foreseeing their defeat in X-45, the Socialist Appliances launched a new attack on Vernon Wells and Wasat Planet? I don't get why these reports aren't specific sometimes.
The Wasat system.
Yeah, I know, I'm not sure either. Anyways, Helldivers continued to focus their deployments to finish the defense of X-45, which was successful by the end of day 151. The Toasters stood no chance despite their massive assault. Following the successful defense, focus then split between Vega Bay and defending
the Wasat system.
Right. And by the morning of day 152, the defense was approaching a come-from-behind victory until a final desperate automaton attack was launched once again to X-45. Helldivers then split between the two planets until the defense was completed. Reinforcements then shifted to the defense of X-45, which at this point was barely holding the line. Our forces cut off and trapped within the Ymir sector, fought off attack after attack on X-45 in the past days. Being pushed to their limits, the bots threw everything they could at us to stop us from obtaining the plans, and the defense was starting to falter. But once reinforcements arrived on X-45, the defense began to swing in our favor. However, this did come at the cost of the defense of Vernon Wells. But by the end of the day, X-45 was defended, and the final attack was stopped. The plans for the interplanetary battle stations were secured, another successful major order in the books. This has been long awaited, and I for one am anxious to learn what these battle stations are all about. High Command has indicated, however, that it will be some time for us to see the fruits of our labor in actuality, as it will take our engineers a long time to fully complete the construction of a project of this magnitude. Helldivers now have one more reason to fight to live another day. With the plans now uncovered, in efforts to secure any additional intelligence that could be gleaned from the research station by our enemies, the research station has now been destroyed. The Toasters will find nothing there but lightly irradiated ash. We additionally expect that the Commandos will soon be available for requisition fleet-wide following the uncovered weapons cache, and no further orders were given, thus Helldivers were able to enjoy liberating the galaxy as they pleased. Kicking off the second Helldiver Recreational Bug Bash. Throughout the day, Helldivers dove on Gautria in the Jinshi sector for the sake of shoot a bug. Gautria, a crimson planet lost in our previous efforts to cleanse the Jinshi and Falstaff sectors, was a sight for sore eyes, and Helldivers were thrilled to spend their time off for major orders liberating the planet. And throughout the remainder of the day through into the morning of day 154, liberation of the planet reached 65% before new orders were given by High Command. In the spirit of the celebratory recreational bug bash, High Command's new orders are to eliminate a certain number of Terminids for, science, I think. Yes, the reason is so that we can provide controlled stress on the Terminid population, knowing that their evolution is known to accelerate in states of duress. So we're going to research the effect of killing Terminids in a variety of means, in order to aid in the scientific research of optimal evolution of the bugs. This will lead to more democratic outcomes for all of humanity, and especially for the Terminids. They're gonna love this. The orders are to kill 100 million Terminids in 3 days. And shortly after receiving orders, a new Terminid outbreak attacked Ymir. But eager to finish their project during the bug bash, Helldivers focused on completing the liberation of Gautria first. In less than 8 hours after receiving the major order, Helldivers already slayed 100 million Terminids, completing the major order. And just several hours later, the liberation of Gautria was completed. Helldivers then obviously promptly returned to the defense in significant need of assistance on Ymir. Of course, for science, Helldivers split between the liberation of Gakrux and the defense of Ymir. And by the end of the day, the defense of Ymir was not looking good. The scorching planet with fire tornadoes had never seen a successful defense, and at the current rate, it seemed this defense would also not hold. But miraculously, within the morning of day 155, Helldivers shifted more towards the defense of Ymir, accomplishing the impossible. The defense succeeded in the nick of time, the first ever successful defense of Ymir. In the afternoon of day 155, High Command commended our efforts in completing the major order in such little time. The Ministry of Science's understanding of the most efficacious bug eradication methodologies has been thoroughly advanced by the recent bug bash. We also found that the Terminids produce higher quality E710 when harvested under extreme duress. And a very minor and most likely inconsequential detail noted was a new Terminid behavior to construct spore-producing towers, roughly the size of small skyscrapers. The situation will be monitored, but is expected to pose no threat at all. High Command wasted no time in assigning the next major order, returning our forces to the Automaton-infested sectors. We currently have a foothold in the Ymir sector due to the valiant defense efforts on X-45 by the Helldivers. However, this sector is cut off from support due to Automaton occupation in nearby sectors, and High Command has issued orders to reverse the situation by cutting a line through the Andromeda sector. This will work twofold to join our forces in the Ymir sector and divide the Automatons in two. The major order is to liberate Acer Pass, Matar Bay, Marfark, and Martal in 6 days. Following the receipt of new orders, Helldivers split between Matar Bay and Acer Pass, and initial footholds were obtained on Acer Pass, and progress continued into day 156, with the liberation of Acer Pass reaching a nice 69% by the end of the day. However, during these efforts, a Terminid attack broke out on Astanu, and with the majority of our efforts currently on the counteroffensive, the defense didn't succeed by the morning of day 157. But on the Automaton front, progress continued on both Matar Bay and Acer Pass. Over the past month, battles have been fought again and again on Acer Pass, our entry into the Automaton-infested sectors. Past battles for training facilities, anti-tank mines, and very sick children all required a push through Acer Pass. The Toaster's resistance was stiff against our offensive to break into the Hydra sector, but in time their defenses were down against our elite Helldiver core, pulling the plug on the Socialist appliances, and once again succeeding in liberating Acer Pass, the first planet to cut off the Automatons. Helldivers then split between both Matar Bay and Marfark for the remainder of the day. It is of note that the liberation of Matar Bay will successfully cut off the electronic idiots from the remainder of their planets, and following that, the liberation of Marfark will successfully connect us with the remainder of our forces in the Ymir sector. By the end of day 157, Matar Bay's liberation has reached 44%. We are currently behind pace, but cutting off the Automaton forces with the liberation of Matar Bay, combined with reconnecting to the Ymir sector through Marfark, is expected to have a significant effect to finish the major order on Martal. Unfortunately, 2 more Terminid attacks occurred on day 157, a massive Terminid outbreak on Ymir, and another attack into the Falstaff sector on Esker. Both attacks are not trending well by the end of the day. This concludes the data log for the week of days 151 through 157 data archive. While we are seeing losses against the bugs, we look forward to our continued offensive to push back against the automatons. Let us divide their forces and reconnect with our heroes who held the line on X-45. We are deploying Helldivers to finish the fight on Matar Bay.